Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how people feel after seeing you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm now going to show you crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have Amazonite. And we have the card Water. For pile number 2, we have Rose Quartz. And we have the card Trust Your Innocence. And for pile number 3, we have Amethyst. And we have the card Gracious Receptivity. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Amazonite crystal and the water card with the overflow card number 12, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how people feel after seeing you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. We're going to take a look at your cards first. I'm first going to use the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, this one that you chose. So how do people feel after seeing my pile number 1s? How do people feel after seeing my pile 1s? We have Communication, Co-Creation, card number 21. So 1221, that's quite interesting. At the back of the deck, we have Reclaim Your Energy. Now we're going to use the Starseed Oracle deck. So Spirit Guides of my pile number 1s. How do people feel after seeing my pile 1s? We have Double Mission with Lightworker Starseed. Serve the world by being you. We have the 7 Star Sisters with Birth and Creations, Tapestry of Life and Expression. So the 7 Star Sisters is Pleiades energy. At the back of the deck, we have Cracked Open with Rock Bottom Surrender to the Alchemy of Life. Do you know what I feel from your pile? I feel like you are very, very empathic. Firstly, you're very empathic. You feel things on a very deep level with the water card. When other people encounter you, it's kind of like I'm hearing the word conjoin. I don't know if that's even a real word, but the way Spirit is describing it to me is like they almost join in on your energy. And you know, like when you hug someone, kind of like our auras merge with them for a second. I don't know if any of you know that, but like I've seen it to someone that can read auras. And sometimes, you know, some people, like, let's say I touch someone's hand like this, and my aura is like maybe pink, and their aura is maybe like a purple. And then our auras mix together, and it will kind of like make almost like another color that is very similar to ours combined. So, of course, I'm not going off knowledge based off the internet. I'm going based off knowledge of what I've seen from my own personal visions. However, people can disagree, people can see things a little bit differently, others that can read auras. So I'm not an expert at this, but what I'm saying here is like when people are around you or when they're hugging you, there's something about your auras merging together. There's something about them really feeling into your energy, even if they're not psychic. Does that make sense? So I'm seeing something about that and aura colors and the way people's auras mix with yours and like how that feels for them will depend on who they are and who you are. So I don't know if some of you have noticed, like some people you'll meet them and there's nothing wrong with the connection, but maybe you just don't click so much. But then other people, you'll meet them and you'll really click with them. You'll really feel like you relate to them, even if they're not similar to you in any way. You'll just feel like a connection right off the bat, or you'll feel like you click. Whereas some people, you'll have to build that connection slowly from the start. So there's an energy here of like Spirit saying it depends on the person you meet. So the way Spirit is describing it is a little bit complicated, but like it depends on the person you meet and how they feel. But people that kind of interact with your energy, what Spirit is saying most of the time, I'm seeing there's a very respectful energy here, first of all. Most of the time it's very respectful, it's very loving. It's kind of like when people interact with your energy, they sort of start to feel things on a more deeper level since you're someone that feels things more deeply, since you're showing up as water here. Water always flows. Water is symbolizing emotions and intuition and that psychicness. Water is just very, very magical as an element. So water is also something very cleansing and healing. You could have a lot of cleansing and healing energy, or you could also be a water sign. You don't have to be, but some of you could be. Some of you could have water moons or water placements in your charts. And some of you could just have overall the energy of water, like you're just very flowy, you're just very in tune with your emotions and your feelings and your intuition and that side of you, okay? That's kind of like the divine feminine energy, which we all have within us. We all have divine feminine and masculine energy within us. So I see when people interact with your energy, it's like they start to feel deeper. I'm hearing the song Mary Jane Shoes by Fergie, and she starts to say in the song like, when I wear my Mary Jane shoes, it's like the world gets a little bit brighter, my steps get a little bit lighter. So maybe you have that effect on people where their world feels a little bit brighter, their steps get a little bit lighter, something along those lines, a very light-hearted feeling. The feeling I get here is when people interact with you, how they feel after seeing you, is they get more in touch with their emotions, with the deeper, more poetic side of themselves. Especially people that, how do I put this in words? So people that are more so grounded, and I wouldn't say they're not emotional, but they just don't feel things as deeply. Or maybe some people like, what sometimes happens in the world is we as a society are conditioned to ignore our feelings and our emotions, and that always comes last. We have to grind, we have to hustle, we have to take care of everyone else, we have to do this and this and that, and then our emotions come last. Or some people are conditioned or taught from a young age that it is not okay for them to feel. It is not okay for them to express their feelings. And there's sort of this feeling of like whenever you encounter people that have had that sort of conditioning set within them where they are a little bit fearful of experiencing their emotions, or they're a little bit, I wouldn't say detached, but more so there's this feeling of, if I feel it's too much, it's too overwhelming. So there's this feeling of like drowning it out with other things to avoid that. There's something about people like that being very drawn to you. So this is why Spirit is saying, like, it depends on who it is, because there is a vast amount of people you probably meet as human beings. We're always meeting people every day. Not every day, but do you get what I mean? So there's something about people like that being a little bit more drawn to you, because you have some type of purpose here to overflow your heart onto them, to spread some healing to them with your energy field, because I feel your energy field is very healing, and get them back in touch with their emotions and feelings in a way that feels empowering and safe to them, where it's not so overwhelming. So it's almost like if they had to kind of be a little bit numb to their feelings. It's almost like you switch it back on for them with your energy field, but not so much in a way that it is too much for them, where it's overpowering, where it's like a sea storm. It's more so like a light rain shower of cleansing. Does that make sense? So I'm seeing like that, and I'm seeing when you interact with people, they just get more in touch with their feelings, their emotions, their sensitive side. Maybe things they haven't processed, maybe start to reconnect with that side of themselves. So I'm seeing something about that. I'm seeing something about reconnecting with their heart, reconnecting with their inner child, I'm hearing. Reconnecting with their life force energy, especially the inner child. Something about the inner child is coming through. Like maybe you're someone that really is comfortable with your inner child, like you let your inner child play through you and express yourself through you. And there's something about when you encounter humans and people, you allow them to get back in touch with that. Some of you are maybe even creative, and when you encounter people, it allows them to maybe even get back in touch or in touch with their creativity in a different way if they are already creative, or in a more creative way if they want to express that side of themselves more. So I'm seeing something about that. And I'm also seeing something about reconnecting to their heart especially. Like, I feel like you're the type of person that is super empathic. You have a really big heart, and I feel like whoever is drawn to you, whoever meets you, Spirit is saying there is a purpose for them meeting you. It's like something about your meeting serves some kind of purpose, regardless of who they are, regardless of how long you know them, regardless of what type of lessons you're bringing them and they're bringing you. It's like even if you meet a person for a day, you're teaching them something about themselves, deeper about themselves. I feel like you're super empathic. I'm seeing you be like a mirror to people, and mirror and reflect back parts of themselves that they didn't know they had. Okay, so if you're someone where, maybe you've met people and like, they're just like kind of off with you, sometimes you can reflect something good back to them, and sometimes you can reflect what is perceived as bad back to them. I'm saying perceived as bad because maybe they see a side of themselves reflected back to themselves that they don't necessarily like, which is not always bad. Maybe it's there to teach them something, but that's why I say perceived as bad. That's maybe why like people are a little bit off. But then I also feel like you will sometimes mirror back to things people need to see in themselves, things that empower them, like good things about themselves and their personalities that need to shine out to the world more and need to be shown to the world more. So I'm feeling that energy, and I'm feeling like, of course, we're doing a reading on how people feel after seeing you. So I'm not going off track here, but I'm kind of just channeling in a way that makes sense to me. So what I'm trying to say is how people feel after seeing you is they feel like there is some type of purpose that you served in their life, or some type of lesson you served in their life, or something you showed them deeper about themselves. They get back in touch with their heart space and what is truly important to them. They feel very much in touch with their emotions and intuition after being with you. And after being with you, there's something about reconnecting with the inner child, feeling very connected to that joy within them, as well as maybe even processing certain emotions and also getting in touch with creativity. So they feel very creative after being with you. There's something here about you having a lot of love to give and overflow onto others. And it's like when you overflow onto others, I feel like people feel safe around you after seeing you, especially even in your presence. They feel safe. They feel held. They feel loved, even if they don't know you so well. There is this very supportive energy coming from you. And I think the way I see it is like your energy is super healing and supportive, that a lot of people want to be in your circle. A lot of people want to be your friend. A lot of people want to be around you, want to express themselves around you, want to just be around you. And I'm also seeing an energy here of people just feeling loved and held and safe and seen. Even if you're not like hugging them or anything, even if you're not having, super intimate conversations with them, it's just your energy. Do you get what I mean? Even people that are super closed off, and there are reasons why people are a little bit closed off. Maybe they're a little bit shy, or maybe, they just met you, they're a little bit shy, or maybe they've been hurt before and they don't want to open up their heart because it hurts. But then there's something about you making them feel safe enough to open up their hearts. And I feel like you heal people's hearts by overflowing onto them. There's something about people even feeling safe enough to talk to you about really like things they wouldn't necessarily say to other people around them. There is a sense of trust people feel in you after seeing you. I feel like people feel almost like a weight has been lifted off of them after seeing you. And I'm looking at this cracked open card, and it's kind of reminding me of a saying I said a while ago where I was like, something like, you are a geode and you're being cracked open and inside is this beautiful geode. I'm looking at these jewels here. It's almost like you help people find the jewels within themselves, even if it is a harsh lesson that is a little bit uncomfortable at first, or something where it gets them to feel their emotions that are a little bit not difficult to process, but just like a challenging experience in general. Something about it helps them almost crack themselves open. I'm seeing an egg being cracked open, and the beautiful things inside start to come out, like the jewels inside. So Spirit is showing me like an egg being cracked open, and inside is a jewel. But eggs to me are like a very nurturing energy. Like you give me mama bird energy regardless of your gender. Your energy just feels very supportive to people overall. So let's go ahead and pull some of these small Vanessa tarot cards. So spirit guides of my pile number ones. I'll also say you have a very hopeless romantic energy. I'm looking at these roses here and all the eyes on them, and I feel like when people are around you, there's something about them checking you out or having crushes on you. But like the way I see it is kind of like you make people connect to their heart chakra, because I'm even looking here at these honeybee combs here, and this like reminds me of the heart chakra. It's a symbol of the heart chakra. And I don't know why here on the side these gold things here remind me of like music. Maybe you are someone that likes music, or people like your music taste. But something about these eyes on these roses and like people looking at you and having crushes on you. But it kind of feels like innocent crushes. Like I'm looking at that person and I feel shy and I feel like talking to them. I feel like a teenager again. Like that has a crush on someone that is too shy to talk to them. I'm seeing that. So you have a lot of secret admirers and people that kind of just crush on you because you have a very hopeless romantic energy and you kind of just get people in touch with their heart space is what I see here. So how people feel after seeing my pile number ones. I also felt sensuality, but I wanted to leave it for later on. Because water is the sacral chakra, and yeah, you have a little bit of this effect on people. We have the moon card, so this was the devil, this was the moon. So yeah, you are very connected to the higher realms, to the more spiritual, emotional side of you. Very raw, expressive side of you. There's something like poetic or beautiful about your energy. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it feels poetic, almost like hopeless romantic. Very much like, also maybe even some of you listen to Drake. I'm hearing Drake's music. At the back of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. So let's pull your actual tarot cards now. Do some of you have cats? Because as I was getting this tarot deck, it was almost like I saw like a vision of cat hair on the tarot deck, but I don't have a cat. It was so weird. Maybe one of you here has a cat. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. But maybe one of you has tarot cards and like, or you have certain items or objects and your cat is always on it, leaves hair on it. Or I can take it too if you don't relate to that. Maybe you have an energy almost like a cat, like cat-like features, cat-like energy. You know, the cat spirit animal is very independent. Cat-like people always land on their feet. They're very creative. You may be connected to Lyra or have the lion spirit animal, or cat-like, the cat family spirit animals, or cat spirit animals, cat-like people or people with cat spirit animals very much embody that energy of independence, but they also learn boundaries. They also learn to hold that sense of, especially if you're an empathic person. I think if you have the cat as your spirit animal and you relate to this, you know, you could be learning a sense of boundaries energetically with the cat spirit animal around, because I'm seeing something about like, since you're so empathic, you know, sometimes you need to recharge after being with people, or like kind of like make sure your cup is full so that you can overflow after being with people. Otherwise, there's something about like being energetically drained because your energy's so high vibrational and healing, you know? So there's something about that. We have the Hermit card showing up first. There's something about you making people self-reflect after seeing them. With the Hermit, you maybe get people to think. We have the World card. Maybe thinking about what they want to let go of if they're getting more in touch with their emotions. Like maybe things they could not see with the Eight of Swords at the back of the deck. Things they could not see that was like stuck in their emotional field. Look at the moon behind that. Things they could not see that were stuck in their emotional field, that maybe they didn't realize, they didn't process. We have the Emperor. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. And I think this is healing from heartbreak, since we spoke about you having so much healing energy. I don't know why I just saw, what's her name again? Elaine from The Love Witch. When I pulled this card, I saw the vision of her pulling the heartbreak card, the Three of Swords, obviously, and like her getting upset because she'd been through so much breakups. Like, I don't know if anyone has ever watched that movie, but maybe there's something about people going through heartbreaks and healing from it after encountering you. We have the Sun card. I want to just put 2 extra cards on top. We have the 9 of Cups and we have the Ace of Cups. And I'm looking at the lotus flowers here. Lotus flowers represent rebirth. There's something about you embodying the sense of such a full love for people. I think a lot of people want to be your friend and be in your circle after encountering you. You may also attract some empathic people like you and somehow teach them through you to also have energetic boundaries. That's something I'm seeing. You may also have this energy where you get people to self-reflect, like I said, on maybe things they didn't process within their emotional field, things they were too scared to process. With the 7 of Cups next to the 3 of Swords, I'm looking at this crocodile in this reactive energy, and it kind of reminds me of like this energy of like sometimes we subconsciously protect ourselves from feeling certain things because our subconscious mind knows it will be painful to feel or process, to heal from. So something about our subconscious trying to protect us from feeling that, because, or having like a coping mechanism of protecting ourselves by not feeling that. It's almost like you take away that guard from people, because I'm looking at the world next to the 7 of Cups. It's like you make people feel safe enough that the guard falls away, that protective mode falls away, and all that's left is just feelings, but in a very safe way. They start to experience their feelings while feeling safe. So like this protective mode kind of like falls away, diminishes is the word I'm hearing. I'm seeing, like in those movies when there's like a magic spell and then it just like disappears all of a sudden. So there's something about it like magically disappearing when they're with you. But what I will say is sometimes these defense mechanisms can reappear when they're not feeling safe. So maybe it's just like they let their guard down in the moment to experience some type of emotion. Some people you meet, like I'm hearing for one day, like strangers or acquaintances, sometimes you are just there to like heal something in them energetically, even just by talking to them or just by being around them and not talking about emotions, but like just being around them. And then they disappear out of your life, you serve the purpose in some way. And maybe sometimes they're here to teach you something about yourself too. With the 9 of Cups, I do feel like there is a positive energy here. And the Sun card, I feel like people, after like this heart healing energy, there's something about them opening up to love again, opening up their heart again, to receiving and giving with the Ace of Cups, feeling a little bit more stable within their energy with the Emperor here after their meeting with you, but then also feeling very happy and like they got something they wished out of the encounter with the 9 of Cups. So people feel very fulfilled and happy after seeing you. There's something about joy coming back to them, smiles, laughter, fun, because I'm even looking at this picture of them dancing here in the 7 Star Sisters card, like them all just dancing here. It gives me that vibe of like people coming back to the sense of fun and playfulness. You almost like give me this vibe of like a sunflower in the Sun card, like spreading light and love everywhere, spreading joy everywhere you go. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading, my pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. By the way, it is 12:22 as we start your reading. If you chose this rose quartz crystal and the Trust Your Innocence card, card number 54, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how people feel after seeing you. So I already know this is going to be a very divine reading if we're starting at 12:22. So let's go ahead and add your cards. Let's see what shows up for you today. So we're going to start out with the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. Spirit guides of my pile number 2s, may I please look into how do people feel after seeing my pile 2s? We have the sacral chakra with core of creation, card number 3. So with the sacral chakra coming up, this card is very orange, very bright. I feel like you make people feel like there is this sense of a bright sun coming in. I don't think this is a sun, but to me it reminds me of a sun. But it's kind of like there's this brightness entering their life. Especially because I'm looking at the night sky around what looks like a sun here. I could be wrong, but it's kind of giving me this vibe like even people that are experiencing hardship or are having darkness around them, or I'm hearing dark night of the soul, like maybe you experience some people going through really harsh things in their life and not having any sort of light or hope around them. It's kind of like you come in with this bright energy, like bam, and like all of a sudden there's so much joy in their life, in their day, while they're seeing you, but also after seeing you. I'm seeing someone meet you, or just people meet you in general, or people see you in general, and there's something about them wanting to express how happy they feel, but not wanting to come off too strong, especially if they are a stranger or acquaintance that doesn't know you too well. So I'm feeling something in the throat chakra, like where they want to express their happiness and joy. And I'm seeing someone smile or all like happily after seeing you, like when they go home, and they want to express like how happy they are in that moment, but like they're a little bit shy too. So I'm seeing something about that. We have the card Evolution, card number 24. So there's something about people feeling like they evolve in some way after encountering you, which is a really good thing to see. So let's see what Spirit means by this in a moment. I feel like when people meet you or see you, there's something about them finding you very cute, finding you very innocent. It's almost like they see you sort of like as this earth angel with the Trust Your Innocence card. Or they see you to have this youthful energy to you. Like what I mean by this is you could be, it doesn't matter your age. Like let's say for example someone here is watching and they're watching in their 40s or 50s. You could have this sort of youthful look to you, like you look much younger than your age, like maybe you look like you're in your 30s. Do you get what I mean? Like that's a vibe I see here. Or I see someone like, it doesn't matter your age, of course I'm just giving examples here, but like this type of energy of like, okay, let's say you're in your late 20s or early 30s, but people think you're in your early 20s because you have this kind of youthful energy. I don't think it's just your physical appearance. I think it's some type of innocence, angelic, pure energy you embody in terms of your energy. And it just makes people either see you as younger or just see you to have this very much innocence, pureness to you, this kind of angelic vibe, is what I see here. So people just see you as a very pure soul when they first encounter you, but also after seeing you for a while. And there's something about you having this like innocence to you to open up your heart and kind of like trust in people very, even if you don't feel like you trust in people easily, you could be meeting people that have a lot of trust issues. So maybe this is the way they perceive it. So just keep an open mind when listening, because the way people perceive you may not be how you perceive yourself. There's something about you opening up your heart in a very gentle way and kind of just trusting and opening up. But I feel once someone breaks your trust, you do have strong boundaries. Like, you're not going to just let them do that again. But what I feel here people feel is like you kind of just gently open up your heart and trust very easily or very openly, or maybe you're someone that is good at discerning energy, so you know how certain energies make you feel, but the vibe I get here is this is how people perceive you. People perceive you to be very sweet when they first meet you, and they feel like the sense of pureness around them whenever they're with you, as if they had just encountered an angel in human form. Like, that's the vibe I get, and the feeling I get here is like when people talk to you, it's kind of like they want to express how they feel in that moment, but it's kind of like they feel a little bit shy, or they feel a little bit like they don't want to come on too strong, especially if they have just met you for the first time. And there's a sense of like, wow, I can't believe this. Like, this person's so amazing. But like not wanting to express it too much and weird you out. Do you get what I mean? So like that's the vibe I pick up on. Almost like the sense of like, wow, I can't believe I'm around this person. Like, this person's so cool. This person's so amazing. How do people feel after seeing my pile twos? We have the golden children with inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. So what's funny is these two cards look so similar, and like this is like similar to the words here. It's like a combination of both of these cards, which is really interesting. I feel like people feel hope after seeing you. That's something I'm hearing like really strongly. It's like you're a bright light to others. Bright white light or bright golden light to others. You really have your inner child with you. And maybe that's why they say like this sense of like you opening up your heart, kind of trusting, and I feel like you don't close off yourself to people unless they give you a reason to do so. But there is this tenderness to you, this gentleness to you people feel, this kind of like wonder, this magicalness, cosmicness to you. And I feel like when people encounter you, it's kind of like, I just feel like, wow. I don't know how to explain this, but wow. Like, do you know when people talk about spiritual experiences they've had and they don't exactly know how to put it in words? Like, let's say they had a dream of a passed on loved one and they're just like, wow, they're in awe, but they don't know what to say. That's a feeling I get here. I don't know what you do, my pile number twos, or who you are, but like, it's almost like you put people in this awe after seeing you. So maybe I'll get some more clarification on that. We have the card Big Picture Thinking with Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. I feel like people feel very excited after seeing you. They feel like they are put back into their heart space, like their heart space is starting to open up again. I feel like when people meet you and when people see you, I'm hearing the words, I've never met anyone like you before. There's something so unique and different about you, but different in a beautiful way. In a type of way I've never met before. Like, I've never met someone so gentle, so loving like you. We have the cosmic heart here at the back of the deck. And this is like the embodiment of this crystal. Cosmic heart, that's what you are. Devotion, potency, and make your life a moving prayer. Are some of you religious or spiritual? Because that's the vibe people pick up from you, like they're almost having some kind of spiritual experience while being around you. There's a sense of their heart opening up again, and there's a sense of innocence and trust. Like, the feeling I get here is almost like people feel, even adults, when they encounter you or when they're around you, they feel like they are back to their childlike self on a playground with another child, and there's no sense of like crossing my arms, like I can't trust this person, like what are they gonna do to me, are they gonna hurt me, like all these things going on in their mind. It's nothing like that. Like, it's more so like, okay, we're children on a playground and we're playing together, and we've lost all sense of thought of what's going to happen next. Worries, fears, all of that has fallen out of the window. It's now like we're just having fun. We're just playing. We're just being ourselves. There's no sense of overthinking, no sense of like, what do I say? What do I do next? It's kind of like you put people back in their heart space, and there is this sense of awe around you, like almost like people are having a spiritual experience just by being with you or being around you. I don't know what that's about, but maybe Spirit will show me more information, or maybe you know what it's about. So, Spirit Guides of my pile number 2s. How do people feel after seeing them? We have the Four of Swords. Yeah, you give me this feeling like people feel safe around you. They really tap into their feelings too with the sacral chakra here. Some of you may be drawn to pile 1. Yeah, worries fall away. Worries fall away. They feel safe again. That's what I feel here with the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. Especially, I feel like people that are dealing with a lot of stresses or worries are very drawn to you in some way, because there's something about you bringing in a feeling of safety for them, especially if they have held on to certain emotions with the sacral chakra here that need to be transformed in order to let go of certain fears. Because I myself deal with anxiety sometimes and fears, and I think we all on some level, but sometimes I deal with it a lot because of certain things that have happened in my life. And like even being around people, I sometimes have social anxiety, believe it or not. But like, I feel like if I had to meet you, all of that would fall out the window. Because there's something about people just feeling safe around you. Feeling a sense of trust they've never felt before because of your gentleness, because of your open heart. And I don't know why, I feel like crying. It's almost like these are the types of people that have never had that gentleness before, that have never had that feeling of safety before around a person. And maybe that's why I heard like, I've never met anyone like you. Because I feel like this would be the type of people that have maybe been hurt countless times, and maybe they've been taught over these hurts and pains, to close off their heart, that no one's going to treat them right. Even in friendships, that no one's going to treat them right, that everyone's going to hurt them, that everyone's going to do this to them. And when it comes to you, it's like, I can just let go of that. It's almost like I'm hearing the song Bag Lady by Erykah Badu, and she basically says, bag lady, you gonna hurt your back carrying all them bags like that. And she basically talks about our emotions, carrying them around like a bag. So this may be certain types of people that are very drawn to you, like people that carry their emotions around like a bag. It's almost like I can drop this bag and let go of it, and I feel a weight lifted off my shoulders. But I can put the bag back on if I choose to, and choose to process some of those things and unpack it one by one. But like, it's almost like I can put down the bag for a second. Does that make sense? Like the weight on their back of emotions. Because it's quite interesting. I actually do feel like a weight on my back connecting to those people's energies. So this is not everyone that meets you or everyone that encounters you. This may just be like a specific set of people that are drawn to you, but we'll see more in your tarot cards about what shows up. There's something about food. People liking to eat food with you or around you, or get food with you, or get coffee with you. Like there's something about like wanting to taste things, which is really interesting because the sacral chakra is here, and the sacral chakra also deals with, the sacral chakra basically deals with our body, our connection to our body, our connection to our womb space if you are a woman, or just our connection to our sensuality if you don't have a womb. Not everyone here watching is a woman, but the feeling I get here is like more so with the sacral chakra, it kind of gets us into our confidence, our sensuality, feeling comfortable with our body, feeling comfortable with ourselves. It deals with our emotions. It's that water that flows inside us, our emotions. It deals with feelings and how we feel about certain situations. That's why they're called gut feelings. That's the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, kind of like mixed together. But the sacral chakra also deals with the center of pleasure, where we feel pleasure from the five senses. So we as humans chose to incarnate to feel, to touch, to taste, to hear all the beautiful things in life that can be experienced, like putting your feet on the ground, in the sand, and like the beach washing over your feet, like feeling that, or feeling the sense of laughter, feeling the sense of smiles, hearing beautiful music, experiencing the taste of food. It's like you bring people back into their senses, back into the present moment, back into the sense of beauty for overall life. Does that make sense? There's a sense of excitement here, I feel. There's a sense of excitement here, like people almost get in touch with a sense of pleasure. And it doesn't have to be sexual in any way. It can be just feeling pleasure for life. But with the sacral chakra showing up, you may have a lot of people that are very attracted to you in that way when they're around you. But you may also just have this type of energy where you really make people feel confident in themselves too. Like, I feel like maybe you're that type of friend that hypes up your other friends, that makes them feel good about themselves. Like, I'm feeling their solar plexus heal, like when you give them compliments or when you do things like that, because maybe with the Eight of Swords, you help them see things in themselves that they never saw. Or I feel like sometimes people like to do certain things, like let's say they like to sing, but they don't feel good enough to be a singer. And like maybe you say something to them or compliment them, and it helps them to think big and envision their dreams again. In a very childlike, innocent way. Like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about like what's gonna happen next. How am I gonna plan this? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna take steps here? It's more so like helping them envision the big picture of their dream and what they could do, what they could expand on, what they could, potentially jump into as like a new adventure. And it's like you somehow bring back that sense of hope, that sense of dreaminess, like, I'm going to follow my heart and my dreams. I don't know why you bring that back to people, but like, I feel like it's also people that are kind of scared to take a leap of faith. Or maybe not even just a leap of faith, but even just scared to take the first step. Scared to follow their dreams, scared to follow their hearts, because it's like, what if I look stupid, or what if people judge me, or what if this? It's like you get people out of that what if mindset that just keeps them stuck, and you bring back the sense of flow with the Temperance card. I feel the energies of flow, and look at this angel on this Temperance card. It's almost like people have encountered an angel. That's how they feel after being with you. I'm hearing kiss of an angel for people that are romantically involved with you. We have the Knight of Wands. So there is this sense of ambitiousness. I don't know if you're a very ambitious person or a very passionate person, like if you're very passionate about life and certain things you love to do, like certain hobbies, if you're a very multi-dimensional person or very creative or artistic, or some of you could be mothers or fathers with the sacral chakra, and could be very good with children. So like maybe children are very drawn to you, so something like that I see. I see this type of energy of like, maybe you're a dreamer and a visionary, and somehow you kind of just get people to remember that sort of place where they had dreams and not let go of those dreams, not let go of that hope. There's something about that. We have the artist. It's like you get people into the state where it's like, I believe I can create any reality I want without any doubt, without any fear blocking my mindset. And kind of just like following my heart, following my dreams, even if it looks silly to another person, because it's like, maybe that's their sole purpose, and you just led them to that by helping them see that. Do you get what I mean? We have the Lovers card. So I feel like a lot of people are very attracted to you with the Lovers card showing up in a romantic way whenever they're with you. Like a lot of people are, but I also feel with the Lovers, there is a sense of like when people are romantically attracted to you, or when you do have if you do have your own lover around you, there's something about them seeing you as a person that is very gentle, very pure-hearted, and them feeling like they can commit to you, like feeling like they can dedicate and devote themselves to you. I'm just feeling a whole lot of love, but I can also read this in a different way where people in general just love you. People in general just feel a sense of love after being around you. People in general just feel like they like you, like they want to be around you. And that's what I feel here. But it's more so like, I want to be around this person for a long time with the wedding dress here. Some of you are intuitive. That was that feeling I got of like, wow, what's happening? Like, this is so amazing, that angelic feeling. Some of you are intuitive, and it's like, if you do readings, or if you're just very intuitive where you know the right things to say to a person, it's kind of like you get them in the sense of awe. I'm also seeing like people from your past kind of like miss that nurturing energy you have. Almost like when after they see you, but like now some time has passed, it's like you're the one that got away. And I'm seeing something about like people almost feeling deeper into their feelings when they're around you and after they're with you. But then there's this sense of like emotional balance and emotional healing, because we have the star at the back of the deck. So there's something about you that is very charming, where people go home and they're smiling and they're feeling happy, they're feeling this hope for life. They're feeling like they can take on the whole world. Very much like in this very passionate energy for life. The sense of, I feel great, I feel energized, I feel amazing, I feel excited for life. That's how people feel after seeing you. And they also feel like you shine bright like a star, like you're a bright light in their life. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading, my pile number 2s. I really hope that this reading resonates. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Amethyst crystal and the Gracious Receptivity card number 28, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how people feel after seeing you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. Looking at your card, I feel like there's so much good energies that's going to come through today. Let's just pull your cards first and get some more cards, and then I'm going to look at all the energies here. So we're going to use the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. I just heard the word kebab. I don't know why. If that's for someone specific here. It's not going to resonate with everyone, maybe one person here. Like maybe you went to get a kebab with someone recently. I don't know. So spirit guides on my pile number 3s. How do people feel after seeing my pile number 3s? We have the card Balanced Forces, card number 19. You have a very, very transformative energy, because I'm looking at this eclipse here. So that's very, very cool. And as I look at this eclipse, I kind of just saw the movie Twitches, like a vision of the movie, and like certain scenes in the movie, not specific ones, but like Just like when they're together, like those two twin witches, and like they're together and like driving around and they just found out they have powers and they're going psh, psh, psh at things. Like maybe this is my magical pile. Maybe you have a very magical energy, and there's sort of this feeling like when people are around you, it's almost like they're tapping into the sense of fantasy or magic in a sense. Does that make sense? Like that's something I see here. At the back of the deck we have vulnerability. So let's look at your other oracle cards. Maybe someone here likes Twitches. I certainly did. I remember like watching Twitches and I liked to eat macaroni when I was like a teenager. And eat macaroni and watch Twitches. I don't know if someone here relates to that. Anyways, how do people feel after seeing my pile threes? We have trust the timing with trust the wave you came on in. Time is not running out. How do people feel after seeing? We have surrender to the sweetness with Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and make love to life. I love this. I'm hearing some of you have a more earthy energy, whereas some of you have a more watery energy. So the signs don't have to resonate, but I'm just picking up on some energies here. If it doesn't resonate, it's not so important. It's just a small aspect of the reading. And I'm smelling food. Like, I don't know if this group likes food, likes to eat with people, or maybe people like to eat with you. I don't know. So I'm seeing something here about like some people being earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, some people being water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or having that in your birth chart. And I'm seeing Libra or Taurus with the Venus energy. And I'm also seeing something about fire energy here with the red. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What I'm noticing in both these cards, in this card she has an eye on her throat chakra, and here she has a star on her throat chakra. At the back of the deck we have water your garden with nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. There's something about people specifically liking communication with you, specifically liking the way you communicate with them, because there's something about the words you say. Since you chose this amethyst crystal, there's something very magical about you. You're very connected to the divine realms, the higher realms. I feel like you have a connection to the higher realms as well as earth. Like you're very balanced in both energies. Very connected to the divine, but also very grounded and stable at the same time. So there is a sense of like when people talk to you, you know exactly the right words to use or the right things to say. Somehow the words just flow out and it's exactly what is needed in the moment. Even if you do not consider yourself that intuitive, even if you are not a tarot reader, you could have some sense of intuitive gifts, or you could just be very, like, you could just know what to say, the right things to say, even if you don't consider yourself intuitive. But I think most of you are, because I'm looking at the crown here, and it kind of reminds me of the crown chakra, and there is like a crystal above her head here, reminding me of the soul star chakra and connecting to the higher realms. So there's also something very transformative about your energy. Some of you could have 8th house or 12th house placements. Since I'm mentioning so much astrology, I don't usually mention signs in my readings. Maybe some of you are interested in astrology or like astrology, or it could relate to your Akashic records and, you know, past lives. Maybe you were someone that liked astrology in past lives, I'm hearing. So back to where I was, I kind of got a little bit off track there, but maybe people feel like that with you, like kind of like things just flow. Conversations are super nice and enjoyable. Like I can just speak about anything and the conversation flows to different things, and like we started off here at A talking about watering your garden. Now we're ending at B talking about balance forces. How do we get to balance forces? Like, that's a vibe I pick up on here, like flowing towards different topics and conversations very quickly. There's something about people liking the conversations with you because you just know exactly the right words to use and say. And there's something about conversations with you being very uplifting and inspiring to people. I feel like you like to sometimes give people compliments. I'm seeing the movie Aquamarine, and when the mermaid Aquamarine puts on those starfishes on her ears, and then they give her a lot of compliments, and it just makes her feel good about herself. So you may give like the best compliments, you may give the best advice, you may just be very uplifting and inspiring with your words. It's like when people talk to you, they feel a lot of joy. They feel a lot of positivity and encouragement. There's just this light-hearted type of energy when people talk to you, especially. Like, I don't know why, but I'm just seeing people really like conversations with you. So, I'm also picking up with the Venus energy. Does someone's shoulder here hurt? Like, my right shoulder hurt for a second, but it doesn't hurt like normally. The Empress. I was gonna talk about you being very beautiful or very attractive or very handsome, depending on who's watching this. So with the Empress showing up, the Empress is Venus energy. It's like that goddess energy is what I see it as. So some of you could like resonate with Aphrodite, having her as a guide around you. Because even at the back of the deck, we have the Lover's card here. So much Venus energy, so much of this loving energy. So Venus is the planet of love, the planet of beauty, aesthetic, desire, sensuality, all those beautiful things, and Aphrodite is commonly associated with that. Some of you could also be very close to, I'm hearing like mermaids or Mami Water. I don't know why I'm picking up on Mami Water. Of course, if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, I apologize for that, but I'm just hearing the word or Mother Ocean or Mother Earth. I don't know too much about Mother Ocean. I've heard of her, but like I don't know too much. So if you are connected to her, just let me know in the comments. Like, I'm interested to hear more about her if you do work with her or if you do have her as a guide. But I'm feeling this very much like energy around you where people consider you to be very beautiful, very divine, very attractive or handsome or gorgeous, whatever you resonate with the most. But since you are so much like that, when you give people compliments, it makes them feel so much better. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever seen those memes where it's like, if a pretty girl compliments me, then I feel so much more prettier, like that type of energy, even if you're not a woman, like that's the vibe I pick up on. Like, your compliments are the best. Your advice is the best. There's something about the way you treat people that makes them feel like royalty. There's something about the way you give to people that makes them feel so special. Okay, like maybe you're the best gift giver. We have the Lover's card coming out. Maybe you spend a lot of time and energy and effort on the people you love with the Ten of Wands, or like researching certain things. This is an extra card. I'm not going to include it, but oh, maybe let me put it here. There's something about you putting in a lot of effort towards those you love, and I feel like you're just very connected to your heart. You're very connected to your emotions. Queen of Cups at the back of the deck. You're very connected to the sense of your intuition and the divine, but also the sense of nurturing energy. Like, you're very nurturing to those you love. And somehow when people meet you, there's something about it feeling fated, but like they don't want to admit it. And people from your past, it's like they can't let go of you because you put in so much effort and love that it's like How could I ever let go of that? You're the one that got away. I don't know why. I'm seeing that in pile 2 as well. So, something about you being the one that got away. There's something here about like people just feeling like when they receive from you, they just feel so special. They feel like you're treating them like royalty. I also feel like some of you are considered very romantic, and a lot of people are attracted to you with the Lover's card. But since we see this Lover's card getting married, a lot of people want to be with you in a long-term way. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be romantic, but maybe some people see you as marriage material or the person they want to be with. Whereas maybe some people just see you as a person they want to keep around for the rest of their life. Like if they want to be your friend, they really want to commit and devote to you the same way like you give to them. There's something about you being really hopeless romantic too, and very much like in this lover energy. Like your energy feels very daydreamy too. Or at least this is how people feel like when they fall in love with you. Like they're very much like in this daydreamy, hopeless romantic state. And there's a sense of like people wanting to put in as much as effort as you do, like to make sure the connection is reciprocal with the Balanced Forces card, because it's like, I don't want to just take from you and make you feel like I'm just receiving, so I want to give back to you. Because I'm looking at this card and it looks like her hands are receiving, and this card it looks like her hands are giving. So there's something about giving and receiving and like a balanced energy here. There's also something about you making people feel balanced and sort of like nurturing people, taking care of the people you love, especially the people you love that are close to you in your circle. It's like you really take care of them and nurture them, and people just feel very balanced around you. They feel very grounded around you. They feel balanced in their emotional side as well as their physical grounded side. There's something about people feeling like you're very sweet, like you're just cosmic in your own way, magical in your own way. There's something about you like bringing in a lot of joy to people. People feel a lot of pleasure being around you. Like, I don't know why, I'm just seeing a vision of like someone go shopping with you and really enjoy the experience, or someone go on a dinner date with you or a spa date with you, like as a friend, or even just go for coffee with you. There's something about like people really having fun with you. There's something about people really enjoying the present moment, surrendering to the present moment, kind of just going with the flow, feeling very much in flow with the universe. It's like with the trust timing card, I feel like usually like people that are always in a hurry or always go, 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 always working very hard. It's like when they're around you, especially people like that and just the usual people in general, they feel very calm and grounded and present in the moment. Like I'm not looking at my watch and wondering what time it is and wondering what time I need to leave. I'm not wondering about time. I'm just enjoying the present moment. I'm just being. I'm just experiencing. Does that make sense? And something about your energy feels very dreamy, feels very ethereal, feels like I'm in some type of dreamland. And I just pick up on the energy of fun. So I'm hearing that song Glamorous by Fergie. I don't know why I'm hearing her songs lately in readings. I used to like her when I was younger. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you put in a lot of effort towards people. People can see that and they like that about you. It shows you care. It shows you're putting in effort. It shows that you want to be there. Like I feel like you're the type of person. For some of you, you're the type of people that like to plan things out, whereas for some of you, like you'll do something nice for the person and put in a lot of effort, or you'll make sure you're applying, quickly, or some of you you'll just do little things for the people around you that show you're just putting in a lot of effort. That's what I feel here. You're very much like givers, and you make people feel special for that. I'm seeing something about transformative energies, like I said earlier. So we have the 10 of Wands here, and there's something about you transforming people in a sense where they can have more balance, where they can shed a layer of skin to invite in more balance. So some of you are definitely Libras, because I'm now seeing the Libra scales. We have the 9 of Wands. I think my boyfriend is part of this pile, because this sounds like his energy, sort of. Anyways, this doesn't have to do with you, but like I'm just commenting on what I see here, on what I feel. But what I feel here is like kind of like this energy of, especially people that are always in one energy, always in one extreme. Like, let's say someone is always working really hard, or always, there's nothing wrong with working hard. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to put in effort, but sometimes we can overwork, and sometimes we need to take care of ourselves, take care of our mental health, take care of our emotional health. Of course, it's important to put an effort towards our work, but there also needs to be balance for like you time and me time. And, you know, we can't be like, something my friend told me the other day, yesterday, was like, we are like phones. We can't just go, 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 go. We have to eventually recharge ourselves. Otherwise, our battery is going to die. And then we have to charge it again. So there's something about like people being too much in one energy, like always overworking, or always, or not working enough, or it doesn't have to just be working, but like, let's say someone is too much in the energy of, you know, joy, and not taking their life seriously enough, and it's creating challenges. Maybe there's something you balance out here. Or let's say if someone is not speaking up enough, maybe you balance them out to speak up more for themselves. Or maybe someone is too intuitive. I know there's no such thing as too intuitive, but like, let's say they're very intuitive, their crown chakra is very open, but they're not grounded in the present moment, and it kind of puts them off balance. Maybe you put them into some sort of balance here. Or let's say someone is in an energy of people pleasing. Maybe you will balance that out where they learn to receive more as well. Like maybe you get called into people's lives where they're giving, 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 and now they get a chance to receive from someone that really wants to give to them, and show them that it's okay for them to receive too. So of course I'm mentioning different vast examples here. It can be literally anything. Because it can even be like food, like not even eating balanced enough, or things like that. It can be literally anything. But I see you almost being like Libra scales, the justice scales to people, and balancing them out in a very transformative but gentle way to help them honor themselves in body, mind, and soul, in all aspects of themselves, all aspects of life. So it's like it transforms certain challenges here to allow them to feel more flowy and free, is what I hear. Maybe some of you are very free-spirited. I just saw the number 111 on the clock. We have the Magician. So it allows them to create something different, a different experience, because sometimes we get stuck in the same cycle of doing the same thing over and over again. And it's like, if we just do something different, we change up the energy, we switch up the energy, and it's kind of like we get to create something new. Just like that saying of, if we are doing the same thing over and over again with the same strategy and it's not working, we need to take a step back and look at how we can do things a little bit differently to switch up the energy, to let the energy flow. Even like feng shui, you know, sometimes having furniture in the same place in our home can make the energy a little bit stagnant. And sometimes, like, if we feel the energy is stagnant in our homes, like, we need to move things around. So I feel like you are that guiding force that, like, moves things around in people's lives back into place where it's meant to be in that moment. It doesn't have to be, like, perfect. Like, I'm not saying you make things perfect in people's life, but it's more so like this energy of, it may have not worked for them 2 months ago, but maybe there is this new version of them that is emerging where the old habits and things they used to do aren't going to work for this new version of them anymore, so things need to change and switch up. Whereas maybe in 5 months, that thing they were doing is no longer working anymore. Do you get what I mean? So it's very open and vast, the energy I feel here, but I'm trying to kind of explain it in examples. I hope it makes sense. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. There's something about you where you treat people like family, and I think people really appreciate that. I think dogs are very drawn to you. So I think I kind of went off on a tangent there trying to explain everything I see, but the feeling I get here is how you make people feel after seeing you is they feel very much in the present moment. They feel like they're receiving a lot of good things from you. We have the King of Wands. They feel very passionate about life after seeing you. They feel very much in love with life. They feel like things are going right, like they're in the right place at the right time. I feel like people feel like they're in a celebratory energy after seeing you. Like, I'm seeing the Four of Wands clairvoyantly. And there's a sense of ambition and passion and drive to start something new and to create something new. There's a sense of balance people have after seeing you. And I think people really trust you because you're really, really honest. And people can see that. I think people love to receive from you. People feel like you're very sweet, feel very attracted to you after seeing you, but also just really love you, like, or really like you. You're very well liked by people and by animals and children. And I feel like people like the conversations, like I said before. People feel like they're just in a very sweet presence when they're around you, like in a warm embrace, like your energy feels warm, like a beautiful hug. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading, my pile number 3s. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!